Do 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 do. Here we are. Oh, we are back again on a very strange day. The weather really can't make up its mind, unfortunately. As you can see, it is a little gloomy. And just as I started my live stream, can you believe it? It has started to rain right now behind me, which is strange really, because the weather forecast last night said everything was going to be quite nice today, but it would appear not to be the case, to be honest, because, well, as I just said, it is now starting to rain. Anyway, here we go. Welcome everyone. Here we are again, live on YouTube. It is one of my strange times live streams, and here we go again. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope you are feeling happy today. It is Thursday. Yes, we have almost made it to the end of the week. I am with you again on a very gloomy Thursday. It was supposed to be nice. I was watching the weather forecast last night, and the weather forecast was bright and sunny. Does this look bright and sunny to you? I mean, come on. I don't think it's very bright or sunny today here in England, unfortunately. So I'm with you anyway. I am with you, rain or shine. That is what I like to say. Come rain or shine, I will try my best to be here with you. I am still thinking of ending my daily live streams, because there are fewer and fewer people watching when I'm doing my extra live streams. So I'm just thinking still. So today, depending on how many people watch, and at the moment it's not looking good. It isn't looking good. Depending on how many people are watching today, this might be the last one. This might be the last daily live stream today, and then we will go back to our normal English Addict live streams on Sunday, Wednesday and Friday. So we will see what happens. At the moment it's not looking good, and I'm not talking about the weather, to be honest. I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about the situation as it stands right now, because many people are now going back to work, including here in the UK. Have you heard the latest news? It looks as if the lockdown is going to be somewhat relaxed. So when we relax something, it means we are letting go of those harsh and, some would say, extreme measures of lockdown. So here in the UK, it is going to be announced, I think tomorrow, that there is going to be a slow easing. So we are going to slowly ease away from the lockdown here in the UK. So it would appear that that's what we are doing here, and because of that, of course, many people are returning to their normal lives, which means fewer people will be here watching me on YouTube, because you will all be busy doing your work. Hopefully you will all be back to work very soon, and it would appear that there is no need for me to carry on doing my live streams every day. I wonder. Hello to the live chat. Oh, we have the live chat, everyone. Can I say hello to Vitas? Hello to Vitas. Nice to see you here today. And, oh, guess what? You are first on the live chat again. Also, we have Annie Corn, and also Anna Pika and Palmyra. You are some of the first people to join me today on the live chat. So I'm not really sure what is going to happen over the next couple of days. There is a big announcement expected tomorrow. Tomorrow, apparently, it is going to be announced here, depending on what the situation is in the world and also depending on what the situation is here in the UK. So maybe where you are, things are getting a little bit more back to normal. Here, people are hoping that things will be going back to normal very soon. They are hoping that things will be going back to normal. It would be rather nice. I know a lot of people at the moment can't work. They are unable to go to work for various reasons. So we will see what happens. Today I am here anyway. I am definitely here today. So there is no need to worry about that. Hello also Francesca, also Isabella. Hi Isabella. For those who don't like me saying hello to my viewers, please don't get angry. I'm just being friendly. Sometimes you have to be friendly. There is nothing wrong with being friendly. It is not illegal. Well, not yet anyway. Hello Minley, also Grace. Hello Haklau. Lolly Lolly. Hello to you watching in France. Nice to see you here as well. Hello to Ola. Hello Ola. Nice to see you back here again. Unicarina. Can you believe someone has started cutting their bushes in the garden? Even though it's raining. I can't believe it. Even though it is raining. Hello Marcelo. Hello also to Ola. Hello Mr. Duncan. Nice to see you here as well. We are doing our normal chit-chat today. So I have been with you for the past 42 days, I think. I think I've been with you for 42 days doing this every day. However, things are slowly getting back to normal. They are slowly returning back to how they were before. So we will see what happens. We will see how many people join today. If it isn't very many, then maybe today will be the day where I should bring it to an end. Or else, to be honest with you, I will be standing here in my garden talking to myself. And I'm sure my neighbours don't want that. Hello Flower. Hello also Mika. Hello Mika. Nice to see ya. Hello Mika. Do you believe it's all right to go back to the normal situation or normal activities in this situation? I must be honest with you. I'm not really certain that now is the time to go back to normal. If I was completely honest with you, I would say that now is probably not the time to go back to normal. So we will see what happens. Hello Magdalena. Hello also Palmyra. Again TS. Hello TS. Nice to see you. Welcome to what was this morning. We had lots of lovely sunshine. It was beautiful. And if you are wondering why there is a ladder behind me, I had this morning set up my camera and my lights in another part of the garden because the sun was out. It was beautiful. And then suddenly I looked. I don't know why. I suddenly decided to look at the weather forecast. And to my horror, my absolute horror, I noticed that the weather forecast had changed from sunny to this. So I panicked, and then I had to bring all of my equipment into my gazebo so I would be safe and dry, because I do deal with a lot of electrical devices when I'm doing this, you see. So that's the reason why I have to be so careful, you see. I have to be very careful. Hello to Christine. Apparently Christine says we have the big announcement, says Christine. I wonder what your big announcement is. Is it something dramatic? I'm not sure. Oh, wow. Can you hear the rain? It's really coming down now. The rain is really falling quite fast indeed. I'm trying not to get wet. I really can't believe that the weather forecast has changed so dramatically. It was supposed to be lovely and sunny today, and now it isn't. What a gloomy way to end my daily live streams. What a gloomy way. Hello, Maliha. Mr. Duncan, if lockdown finishes, you are not coming online. If not, so bad. Well, I will be doing my live streams because I've been live streaming for many years. However, during this strange period, I have been on every day. However, I will go back to my normal live streams, which will be Sunday, Wednesday and Friday. So I will be here live, but not every day. So we will see what happens again. It all depends on how many people want to join me every day. So as long as you are there, I will be here. Hello to Roxy. Excellent day. Well, I hope you are having an excellent day, because where I am, it's a little bit miserable, to be honest. Olio. Hello, Olia. Nice to see you. Are you a good gardener? No. The answer to that question is no, I am not a good gardener. Definitely not. 100%. I can assure you that I am not a good gardener. Well, I know one thing. I am very glad that I brought all of my equipment into my gazebo. So now I am actually undercover. Can you see above my head? There is the gazebo. A lot of people ask about my gazebo. Mr. Duncan, can you tell us about your gazebo? Well, the gazebo is what covers me up. It keeps me safe and dry when it's raining. And let's face it, today I really do need my gazebo, to be honest. Hello, Maliha. You are great. Thanks so much for the nice lessons. You are welcome, no problem. It is my pleasure to be here with you again. I have been with you every day, but it would appear that more and more people are now going back to work. They are all going back to normal. Christine says the big announcement is there is a big announcement today by the Prime Minister in France at 4 o'clock Paris time. I see. Yes, it would appear that many countries are about to say we are going to relax. We are going to ease off with what many people have described as a major inconvenience. And that's putting it mildly, to be honest. A major inconvenience is something that is really making your life difficult. Something that stops your plans from occurring in the future. Hello, Tamara. Would you like to show us your favourite birds today? I have missed them. They are so pretty. My lovely birds are not here today because, well, it's raining basically. I'm trying to keep everything dry today. Mr. Duncan, have you ever read the book written by Moses? Thank you, Andy. When you say the book written by Moses, I believe you are talking about one of the books of the Bible. I've read the Bible. They made me read the Bible at school. And my headmaster at primary school used to try to scare us all with horror stories from the Bible. It didn't change my mind, by the way. I still don't follow any religions whatsoever. He didn't do a very good job of convincing me, to be honest. Hello, Lipam. Hello to Vietnam. Hello, Lipam. I like your name, by the way. That's a fun name. I like your name, Lipam. Hello also to Mika, who says to Anna, you are right. People have to start their jobs because of economic reasons. I understand it, but I am concerned that things will happen again. There will be a return of that terrible situation. I think we all know what we're talking about, don't we? We all know. It is the only thing people are talking about. Annie says, by the way, Mr. Duncan, aren't you cold outside? How is your throat? My throat isn't too bad. And it's very warm. So I'm wearing my lovely little smiley t-shirt. Can you see it? I'm wearing my smiley face t-shirt today. And it's actually quite warm. It's about 22 degrees. So 22 Celsius. Some people prefer it. They prefer it if I say Celsius. 22 Celsius. So it's quite mild, to be honest. It feels very warm today. Hello to Palmyra. Mr. Duncan, you would be a good ornithologist. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Ornithology is the study of birds. If you are interested in birds, then you might also be interested in ornithology, the study of birds. Lipam, Mr. Duncan said hello, Vietnam. Hello, Vietnam. Hello to you. Nice to see you here today as well. Anapika, I'm happy it's raining so that your hay fever will get better. That is a very good point. One of the good things about having hay fever on a rainy day is that you don't actually get hay fever because the rain will make the plants and all of the pollen become damp, which means you don't sneeze. So my hay fever is a little bit better today. A little bit better. Hello, Ming Fu. Min Fu Video. Hello to you. I have a feeling you are also watching in Vietnam. Nice to see you here as well. What kind of high school did you attend? Well, first of all, I went to junior school when I was a little child. I started school at around the age of 5. And then later I went to primary school, which is in the middle. So I had junior school, primary school, high school. Mr. Duncan, I don't have a partner to practice with. What should I do? Asks Nightbot. Hello, Nightbot. Nice to see you botting here. What type of bot are you, I wonder? I wonder. That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering. If you don't have a partner, well, why don't you try to create your own group? So maybe you can advertise in your local area. Maybe you can put a message in a shop window. Or maybe you can try to create your own English group. Maybe you can form your own English corner. And then people will join you and they will also be interested in learning English. There might be some people whose English is quite good. So you can share your experience and also love of English together. I think so. Hello, also Mustaf. Is it the days you are making live streams, Wednesday, Sunday and Friday? Yes, Wednesday, Sunday and Friday, or as I like to say, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Unicorina says, Mr. Duncan, the garden behind you is full of little birds looking for food. Quite likely. Actually, There is a blackbird. Can you see the blackbird? And also, I don't know if you can see, there is also a pigeon as well. There is also a pigeon having a little sleep on the grass. So there is a pigeon and also a blackbird. But the amazing thing is, the pigeon doesn't seem very worried by my presence. I don't know why. The pigeon seems very comfortable. Are you comfortable there? Are you having a nice rest, Mr. Pigeon? I can't believe the pigeon is just sitting on the grass behind me. It doesn't even care about me. Incredible. Hello, Tamara. How is Mr. Steve? Will he appear today? Not today because he's working. He is having to work from home today. That is what he's doing. Hello to Mr. Duncan and everyone from the Czech Republic. Nice to see you here as well. Tomaz, nice to see you as well. Konstantin, Mr. Duncan, do you agree with the live and let die slogan? If such a question fits well into your lesson. Live and let die. That, the reference that I have for that, believe it or not, is James Bond. I remember growing up, there was a movie, one of the James Bond movies, called Live and Let Die. It is a phrase that means you carry on surviving even if other people are not surviving. Live and let die. Yes. It is something that is, I suppose it is a kind of moral problem or a moral paradox. When we talk about a paradox, it is a question that is hard to answer because there is no definite answer to the question. So what do we do? What do we do during this strange period of time? Do we keep everything closed? Or do we take the risk of opening shops, offices, businesses? Do we start allowing people to move around normally again? And yes, I understand what your question is there. Live and let die. Is that the choice we are making by doing that? By easing off with the lockdown? Is that what we are doing? Are we actually going to let certain people? I think you know the rest. It's a difficult one. It is what we call a moral paradox. It is very difficult to come up with the right answer or the right solution, because whatever you do, quite likely people will suffer somewhere. It is very hard, very hard. I can hear a burning sound. No, there isn't a burning sound. What it actually is the rain falling above my head. So it is raining at the moment. Mr. Duncan, have you ever been to Vietnam? Leapum, I have never been to Vietnam, ever. I love that little... Can you see over there? There is a little pigeon just sitting there. He doesn't even seem bothered that I'm here talking. He's so comfortable. Isn't that nice? I love that. Hello to Andre. Hello, Mr. Duncan. What will change for you after the end of lockdown? Well, I suppose I will have other things to do. One of the main concerns is my own family, my mother, who at the moment has been taken care of by a private nursing home. Unfortunately, at the moment, well, in fact, there are two really bad things that are in my mind at the moment. One is that many people at the moment are being affected who are in care homes or residential homes that are there to give care, an extra all-round 24-hour-a-day care to the elderly. So my mother hasn't been too well recently. She unfortunately is in the early to mid stages of dementia, unfortunately. So she's having to have extra care. But unfortunately, during this time, we can't actually go to see her. We are not allowed to actually visit or see my mother. So that is one of the big things I'm looking forward to putting right when all of this craziness has come to an end. So that is it. That is my big wish. Hello also to Francesca. Mr. Duncan, it is so strange that I'm almost getting used to this lockdown quarantine. I don't want to change anything. The strange thing is, for a lot of people, this actually isn't a bad thing. So there are people who are actually saying now, this is great. We love the lockdown. Can we have more lockdown, please? So I'm not sure if a lot of lockdown is a good idea or not. I'm really not sure. My own personal opinion is maybe too much lockdown isn't a good thing. Isn't. So we will have to wait and see. Wow, the rain is really coming down now. I can't believe how much rain is falling at the moment. It wasn't supposed to rain. It wasn't supposed to rain today. Hello to Eric. Hello, Mr. Duncan. May I know your first name? My name is Duncan. That is my first name. My mother named me Duncan. So that is my name, yes. Mr. Duncan. Some people call me Mr. Duncan. And that all originated when I was teaching abroad. Everyone would call me Mr. Duncan. Hello also Mohammedi. Mr. Duncan, I like your programs every time, when the rain or shine. Thank you very much. I am going to have a little break for two reasons. One, I need to make sure that the rain is not coming into my gazebo. And the other thing is, I have some lovely things to show you. So we are now going to take a short break and we will have a look at... What shall we have a look at? Let's have a look at one of my Ask Mr. Duncan lessons. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay then. This is one of my Ask Mr. Duncan lessons. It is actually episode 28, where lots of my viewers ask me questions about the English language.
Oh, hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Here we all are together again for another sift through my ever-growing pile of email questions and comments concerning the English language and my work here on the internet. So without any more playing for time or hanging about, let's have our first question for today. Could you explain the differences between all, them, lots and more? This question was sent in by Rene Derit, who lives in the Philippines. All tends to relate to the total quantity, to include everything or everyone. All the houses are complete. I have put all my money in the bank. All can mean everything or the only thing. You are all I need. In the poetic sense, we may say, you are my all. Them relates to a group or more than one thing. You are pointing out or singling a group. It wasn't me who did it, it was them. This word does not show a quantity, just that there are two or more. It is common for people to confuse the words them with those and they. It is wrong to say them houses are for sale, and we definitely never say them people stole my car. Them also relates to something already identified within a sentence. These houses are old and derelict. We must demolish them. The word lots in its general form means many. Again, it does not relate to an exact quantity, but we do know that it is more than a few. We may also express many as a lot. This expresses a large number or quantity. There were lots of people at my party. A lot of people came to my party. Many people came to my party. The word more in its general use means extra or additional. You add extra on. You add more. You want more. More houses are needed here. We can express an increase with more. Bread costs more than it did a year ago. We can express an increase in speed and change. The economy is growing more quickly than before.
A nice email.
Whoa! 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 I'm a big ferocious dinosaur, and I'm going to eat you up. I have received some very nice emails recently, including this one from Kai in Vietnam, who watches my video lessons at the rate of one per day. Kai asks what my official Facebook page name is. Well, my personal Facebook page is Duncan James, which also happens to be the name of a young guy from a British boy band called Blue. So please do not get too excited. You have to look for this face as the icon. Ooh. If you see that, then you have found me. Thank you, Kai, for your email, and I look forward to seeing you and anyone else who wants to join me over there on Facebook very soon.
Another nice email.
I have received another nice email, this time from Darwood Khan, who comes from Afghanistan, but is now staying in India. Darwood writes to thank me for my video lessons and asks how a person with little or no money can learn English. This is not an easy question to answer in a few sentences, but I will try. As we live in a world where information is easier to obtain, you would think that there would be many places where free online education can be found. Sadly, at the moment, this is not so. Many direct language teaching sites will charge for their services, and others using Skype will also charge for their time. This can very often run into hundreds of dollars. Having said that, there are many free online dictionaries and small independent teaching sites that are slowly springing up on the internet. The problem with running this sort of service is that it usually takes up a great deal of time, and normally that time must be paid for in some way. This is one of the reasons why I make these videos and post them on the internet for free. They are here for all to watch. Thanks to the growing number of net bars and internet cafes, it is now easier and cheaper to get online. I'm a big believer in the educational power of the internet. This is why I say my lessons are aimed at everyone, regardless of location, age, or status. Let us not forget the social network sites such as Facebook, where there are now many online groups and study forums, with people joining them from all over the world to each share their experience of learning English with other members. Another idea would be to try and find a local English corner. Some schools hold English discussion groups, and English corners can be found almost anywhere. If there is not one near you, then why not set up your own? I hope this has been helpful to you, Darwood, and I wish you and your family back in Afghanistan all the best.
What are the rules for using a and an before a word?
This question was sent in by Rayuf, who lives in Saudi Arabia. The rules of English are often confusing, and this particular one is no exception. In most formal English, the letter A can only precede a word beginning with a consonant, while an may only be used before a word starting with a vowel. However, this has not always been the case. In Old English, the letter H was not pronounced as clearly as it is today. For example, hotel, historical, or hundred. So an could be used before words beginning with H. Even today there are people who still use an before certain words starting with the letter H. However, this is becoming less common. So the basic rules stay the same. If the word begins with a consonant, it is a, and if the word starts with a vowel, then it is an.
It's that time again.
Yes, it's the moment you have all been waiting for. Well, not you, or you, or you. But you have, haven't you? Yes, you have.
It's the word of the week.
This week's word is precedent. This word means to stand as an example or to be an example. We often use this word when a rule or law is introduced or reinterpreted. We set a precedent. An example or a new example has been created. This word is often confused with president, which means leader or head of state. Synonyms of precedent include example, model, guide, and standard.
Another nice email.
I have received another nice email, this time from Svetlana, watching in Russia. In the email, Svetlana asks if it would be possible for me to make some lessons about synonyms and show how they can be used. Well, that is a good idea, as quite a few words in English have similar meanings but are sometimes used in different ways. There are also some direct questions contained in this email, such as, what should I say if I accidentally step on another person's foot? Oh, well, there are a few sentences you can use. You could say, oh, I'm very sorry, or, oh, excuse me, I didn't see you, or, oh, I'm sorry, are you okay? As long as you offer some sort of apology, then it should not cause any real problem. Maybe in the future I could make a lesson about politeness. What do you think? A good idea? Or not?
A special hello.
I would like to send a special hello to George Labra, who follows my video lessons in Chile. Thank you for your thoughtful words and your big thank you to me. I'm glad to hear that my lessons have been useful to you. Of course, Chile has been heavily featured in the news right around the world recently, with the rescue of the Chilean miners, who until last Wednesday had been trapped underground for the past 2 months. It is so nice to see and to hear some happy news for a change, don't you think? A big hello to George, and a special hello to everyone watching in Chile.
A boastful idiom.
If a person likes to show off or seems too proud of his or her achievements and always wants to talk about them, then we might call them a big head. We may say that their head is too big to go through the door. Calling someone a big head is always used negatively. He or she is so big-headed. What a big head!
How can I learn common words used in English? And when should I use synonyms?
This question was sent in to me by Max, who lives in Hong Kong. The answer to this question is not so hard to give. There is no standard level of English in everyday speech. For example, just because a person speaks English as their native language does not mean that they are completely fluent in the language. A person's grasp of synonyms can vary from one individual to another. There are no rules as to how many synonyms you should know or use. The guidelines are not set in stone. However, informal chat tends to be relaxed, and because of this, the word usage tends to be simple. It would seem that the more formal the speech is, then the more extravagant you should be with your word usage. But this is not always so. Many words in the English language have multiple uses and many synonyms to go with them. A thesaurus is a great tool for discovering these variations. In this useful book you will find commonly used words and their synonyms, plus how they can be used in different situations. If you find something tedious, do not be afraid to say so. It means the same thing as boring or dull, so there is no harm in using it. In human nature, we often feel threatened or intimidated by people who know many synonyms and enjoy using them. Some see it as a sign of high intellect, while others see it as pure arrogance.
And there it was, one of my full English Ask Mr. Duncan lessons where I talk all about the English language. Can you believe that was made quite a few years ago, in fact? Way back in 2010. Can you believe it? Such a long time ago. And I know you are going to say, Mr. Duncan, you look so young in that video. Well, maybe, maybe not. Hello to Sergio. Hello, Sergio. Nice to see you here as well. What do you mean, more canned food? Are you referring to my pre-recorded video? I wonder. Hello, Queen Nadia. Hello, Queen Nadia. Nice to see you here today. Nice to see another Queen joining us on YouTube right now. Hello also, Mohsen. The sound effects are so funny and cool. That is something I used to do quite a lot in my old videos many years ago. I used to use lots of different sound effects, and also I used to use lots of video effects as well. However, I had complaints, so over the years I have used them less and less. Hello, Andy. I often remember your lesson about Samuel Johnson. Every man is to take existence on the terms on which it is given. Yes, that is one of Samuel Johnson's famous quotes. Quite often, life will give you things. Life will make you suffer. Life will bring you good fortune, bad fortune, health, happiness, unhappiness. So you see, every person must accept what they are given. We often describe it as a person's lot in life. So we all have our own personal lots in life, things that we have to deal with, things that we have to cope with in our lives. I love that pigeon. The pigeon is still there, just over my shoulder. There is a little pigeon. He's been sitting there on my lawn for the whole of this live stream. Isn't that nice? Very nice. Thank you very much to Kem Dogan. Hello to you. Nice to see you here as well. Whilst I was watching Ask Mr. Duncan, I went back in time. I suppose it would feel as if you were going back in time, because that was around 10 years ago. Around 10 years ago that was. But I like to show you things that are unusual and different from time to time. By the way, I was going to look at some insects today as well, because sometimes I get some very interesting insects in my garden. And I thought today we would have a look at some of the ones that I get. And Perhaps some of them you will be familiar with. However, some you might not be familiar with. For example, oh, look at this. It is a little ladybird. This is a photograph that I took about 5 years ago, and there was a little ladybird in my house. So I decided to save its life. So I put it on the end of my finger, and normally when you do that, the ladybird will fly away. And that's what happened. So that photograph is literally 1 or maybe 2 seconds before it flew away. You can see that it is starting to prepare to fly away. So that is one of my favourite photographs that I took with my mobile phone. So it just goes to show you can take interesting photographs even with your mobile phone. Here's another interesting photograph. This one is a very unusual creature. It is a type of beetle. It is called a May beetle. May beetle. And I thought that was quite suitable, really, because we are now in the month of May. So there you go. Isn't that wonderful? And there it is now moving. So that is called a May beetle. So we've gone from a photograph to actual video of the beetle. So there its name is now on the screen. It is called a May beetle. And there I am stroking it. I am trying to make the May beetle feel comfortable in my presence. You can also call this a cockchafer, which I think is a brilliant name for an insect. So many people know this as a May beetle, but it can also be called a cockchafer as well. A very interesting name, don't you think? Isn't that lovely? And also it's quite large as well. Here is another insect. This one is one that a lot of people are quite afraid of. Oh my goodness, look at that. And this is another photograph that I took using my mobile phone. Can you believe it? And that particular animal or insect is a hornet. It is a type of hornet, very large. So that particular hornet is very large. It is one of the hornets that many people are afraid of because it can give you a very nasty sting. So if this particular hornet were to sting you, you would become quite ill. In fact, you would become quite unwell. But this is a photograph that I took in my garden, and this particular hornet is one that I rescued. So I actually rescued this hornet from my fireplace in the house. It was stuck in the fireplace. So I released it and I gave it some honey. So what you can see there on your screen is the hornet actually eating some honey. I put a little bit of honey in front of the hornet and it started eating the honey. And then a few moments later, it flew away. So I always felt quite pleased with that photograph because the detail is quite interesting. You can see the shape of its legs. You can see the antennas on the front of its head. So I love the detail on this photograph. It is one of my favourite nature photographs. And can you believe it? I took that with my mobile phone. It's true, I did. Hello to Andy. Did you like listening to the Beatles? Well, the Beatles were around before I was an adult. So I don't really remember the Beatles when they were together. But yes, I like some of their music. Not all of it. Not all of it. Not all of their music, but some of it, yes. Hello to Sergio. I think the little pigeon is trying to multiply itself. I don't know, but it seems very comfortable behind me. Oh. It's actually gone. It's actually flown away. That's not very nice. I was enjoying the company of that pigeon. Very nice. Hello. It is... Unicorina says it is a large wasp. That particular creature is a hornet. A hornet. It is a very large... It looks like a wasp, but it's huge. And if it stings you, you will not feel very well. Cap Devi asks, do you have rhino beetles there? I don't think we do. No, I think they are a tropical beetle. But we do have lots of different beetles. Many of them fly, of course. So, yes, we do have quite a lot of beetles. This time of year, there are many insects all around. Talking of unusual things, would you like to have a look at one of the most unusual visitors in my garden that I've ever had? Would you like to have a look? So what you're about to see is a bird that came into my garden way back in 2009. And of course, yes, I managed to film it. So believe it or not, the bird you are about to see was actually in my garden. And it is a bird called a red-crowned parakeet. But normally, you see these birds in New Zealand. And there it is. There is the very strange bird that came into my garden 11 years ago. So this particular bird is normally found in New Zealand. However, I don't know how or why, but it ended up in my garden, feeding from one of my little bird feeders. So this was actually filmed quite a long time ago, way back in 2009, at my previous house. But I can only assume that this particular bird escaped from someone's house, because you don't normally see these birds in the wild. And there it is now, drinking from my bird bath. And yes, I'm sure a lot of people are very familiar with my bird bath. Many birds have had a drink from my bird bath. So there it is, a very unusual bird, a red-crowned parakeet. All the way from New Zealand. Can you believe it? But there it was in my garden way back in 2009. I hope you enjoyed that. I like to show you unusual things. Sometimes I will show you interesting things. Sometimes I will show you things maybe you've seen before. Or maybe I will show you something you've never seen before. Something I want to show you now. I want to say thank you very much. Can I say thank you to Mercedes Martinez and also Race Izusi for your lovely kind donations that I received yesterday evening. Thank you very much for your lovely donations that you sent to me on PayPal. Thank you, and thank you for supporting my work, because I do this for free. I don't charge anything for my lessons. And also, don't forget, you can watch my lessons as many times as you want. So thank you once again to Mercedes Martinez and also Reyes Isuzi for your kind donations on PayPal. Thank you very much. I do appreciate your kindness very much. And of course, for the past 14 years, yes, 14 years, I've been doing this for free. Unicorina says, yes, I think that bird must have been lost. I think so as well. I think it must have been lost. Unfortunately, very sad. Would you like to see one of the flowers in my garden? At this time of year, many flowers start to appear in my garden. And here is a very good example of one of my flowers. Look at that. These particular flowers are very distinctive, bright, colourful flowers, beautiful smell, and quite often they have a very nice bloom as well. This particular plant is called a rhododendron. Rhododendron. That is a great word. Rhododendron. It is a type of bush, and every year this particular bush will produce wonderful flowers. Look at those flowers. They are actually quite magnificent. And also they produce a very nice scent as well. So not only do you have the lovely flowers, you also have the beautiful aroma of the flowers as well. Isn't that nice? Yes, the parrot was in my garden. The parakeet was in my garden. However, it was a very long time ago. It was 11 years ago that I filmed that in my garden. I feel very sad, like my agapori, because it flew away from my garden, says Mercedes. Thank you, Mercedes Martinez, by the way, for your donation. So there you are now, actually on the live stream. Hello, and thank you for your lovely donation. Partridge is here. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I was very busy in recent days. Yes, I did notice that you haven't been around for a while. I did notice. I think your live stream is very positive. It is a very positive source of knowledge. Thank you for doing this. You are welcome. No problem. You are very welcome. Thank you to Unicarina. The word is parakeet. Parakeet. It is a type of parrot. Very colourful birds. Quite often found in Australia, maybe also Brazil. Normally very tropical, warm, humid places. Hello Andy, my wife Valia likes your beautiful bird from New Zealand. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know where it is now. I have a feeling it might not be alive anymore, because I did film that 11 years ago. And I know for a fact that birds don't live for a very long time. The average lifespan of a bird is around 4 or 5 years. Some birds only live for maybe 3 years. Some live for 4 or 5 years. So the average bird doesn't live for a very long time, which I think is a bit sad when you think about it. Hello, no sir, Mr. Duncan, could you tell me about the ozone hole? Well, I'm not sure if I have one here above my house, although there might be a hole above my house because there seems to be a lot of water coming from the sky at the moment. Well, apparently, I'm sure the other day I read something about part of the ozone hole closing up. Did I read that somewhere? I think so. Hello, Cap Devi. Oh, thank you very much once again for your lovely live chat donation. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I hope you don't find an atom ant in your garden. I must admit, I think an atom ant with superpowers would be quite a useful thing to have around. I think so. Hello to Constantin Parakeet. Is it not the French for parrot? All French classmates. Is it so? It does have a French sound to it, but you will find that exotic birds such as parakeets are normally found in the south of the equator. tropical countries. Hello to TS. Yes. Oh, yes, we do. We have a lot of parakeets here in my tropical country. I like the sound of the parakeets. They make some very interesting sounds. Sadly, the one that came into my garden did not make any sounds at all. It was too busy eating my bird food. Hello, Partridge. Again, Mr. Duncan, can you tell me how to overcome shyness? Wow. That is a hard one. That is a very hard question to answer in just a few moments. Confidence is something that comes from inside. You can, of course, and I believe this, because when I was young, I was quite shy. I was a shy person when I was young. I know it seems impossible. But yes, I was a shy child. But over the years, as I realised that I wanted to do certain things in my life. But to do those things, I needed to have confidence. So I actually gave myself confidence over time. I did things that pushed the boundary of my shyness. So many years ago, I was a person who was quite shy. I certainly couldn't stand here and do this in front of a camera, live to the world. However, here I am, many, 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 many years later, standing in my garden, doing it right now. There are ways to increase your confidence. I suppose sometimes you have to identify why you feel shy, why you feel awkward. Did you know about the cocktail parrot? I've never seen a cocktail parrot. It sounds like a very fun bird, but I've never seen one. Definitely not. Sergio says, we are not in a class here, mate. We are not stupid school children anymore. Oh, okay then, Sergio. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. Oh dear. Hello, Palmyra. Who is missing Luis Mendez? Yes, I can't see Luis Mendez, and also Belarusia. I haven't seen Belarusia for maybe 3 days. I don't know what's happened to Belarusia. I don't know what's happened to Luis, but I do know he's all right because we are in touch with each other. So maybe he is busy today. Maybe they have things to do with their family. I have a feeling that is the reason why. I think so. But you are right, yes. I haven't seen Helena. I haven't seen Apraxime for a long time. Rosa, Celia. I saw Naomi. Naomi was here yesterday. I'm pretty sure of it. I think so. Mr. Duncan, has Steve forgotten the ladder behind you? Maybe he is trimming some bushes. No, that ladder was actually being used by me this morning. When I realised that there was rain coming, I had to climb up my ladder and make some alterations. So that is why the ladder is standing behind me. It is there just in case I need it. Just in case. See that? It looks like I'm holding the ladder. That is a sort of optical illusion. It looks as if I'm holding the ladder. Does it? No? Okay then, I'll stop doing it. Hello, I'm very late today. I was relaxed at the swimming pool. You are relaxing by a swimming pool. All I can say is, I'm a little bit jealous about that. Relaxing by the swimming pool, eh? Nice. Very nice. Have you ever been to Thailand, Vanut? No, Hello. Mr. Blackbird. Did you hear the blackbird then? There was a blackbird right next to me. It was getting a little bit upset. It was getting upset for some reason. I don't know why. Wow, I've just realised I have something else to talk about. And I'd almost forgotten all about it. Oh my goodness. Yes, of course. Yes. We were going to take a look at words connected to books. Book phrases. Phrases in the English language connected to books. Different types of books. Maybe part of a book. Maybe the pages or the cover. Or maybe if you are turning a page in a book. Let's see. Let's have a look. Let's see where this takes us, shall we? Oh, we have do something by the book. This is an expression that means you do something in the proper, correct way. You do it in the way that you are supposed to be doing it. The rules are being followed. You do something by the book. It means you are following the correct rules. You are not breaking the rules because you are doing something by the book. And there it is. Shall we have a look at another? Ooh, there it is. Yes. Book a room. Book a room. If you want to book a room, it means you reserve a room. If you book a room, it means you reserve a room. You ask a person who works at a hotel to reserve the room. And the action is book. You book a room. You phone up the hotel and you book a room. You reserve a room. Maybe there are no rooms free. Maybe there are no rooms available. You might say, or the person talking to you on the phone might say, I'm sorry, we are booked up. I'm ever so sorry, we are booked up. Or you might say, fully booked. So if you are fully booked, it means you have no rooms to spare. There are no rooms left. You have no rooms to spare. You are fully booked. You are booked up. Ooh. Here's a good one. Throw the book at someone. If you throw the book at someone, it means you put the full weight of the law onto a person. You give them the maximum punishment. You throw the book at someone. Maybe you have done something wrong and you've gone to court. Maybe you are on trial in court. Well, if they find you guilty, the judge will throw the book at you. They will give you a very harsh punishment. Maybe the maximum sentence. Perhaps you will have to spend the rest of your life in prison because the judge threw the book at you. He gave you harsh punishment. Here's an interesting one. Bookworm. A person who can be described as a bookworm is a person who is always reading. So if they always have their face in a book, they are a bookworm. They are a bookworm. Hello, Veni Gopal. Hello, Veni Gopal. Nice to see you here. Seriously? What do you mean, seriously? What are you asking that is serious? Venugopal. Hello also to Irene. Hello also, no sir. Yes, it is kind of aggressive if you throw the book at someone. You don't actually do it, so it's not literally. You don't actually throw the book at someone. You actually punish them. You give them very harsh punishment. Yes. Thank you, Chu-O. Thank you very much. You give the maximum punishment. You throw the book at someone. Here's another one. We are both on the same page. We are both on the same page. This is a great expression that means that two people are having the same thought or idea. Maybe two people have the same understanding about a certain subject or maybe a certain problem. You can say that you are both on the same page. It means you both have the same feeling, or you both have the same understanding of a subject. Have you spent your whole life using the word book? I do use it quite often, especially when I want to read a story. Definitely. Of course, you can turn over a new leaf. To turn over a new leaf is to begin fresh. You try to make your life better. Maybe you want to change your behavior. You turn over a new leaf. You change your attitude, or you change your behavior. You try to turn over a new leaf. Here's another one. A person who is bookish. Bookish. A bookish person is a person who is studious. Quite often they will be reading, they will always be studying, they will always be reading a textbook, they will always be writing something, they are always studying. Maybe a student who is revising for an exam that is coming soon. They might be described as bookish. You could also describe a person who looks bookish. We often think of a bookish person as having glasses, like this, you see. A bookish person is a person who looks as if they might read or study a lot of things. They are bookish. Here's another one. This is an expression. I'm sure many people know this expression. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. The appearance of something can be very deceptive. You might judge a person wrongly. You might have the wrong impression about the way a person looks. So sometimes it is good not to judge a book by its cover. To be overbooked. If you are overbooked, it means too many people want the thing that you are selling. For example, maybe you plan to fly to another country. Not at the moment, of course, because we can't. We can't get on a plane very easily at the moment. But if you want to book a flight, maybe you will call a travel agent, or perhaps you will do it on the internet, and then later you will find out that too many people want to fly on that plane. In fact, there are too many people who have booked that flight. So now it is overbooked. There are too many people wanting to do that thing. It is overbooked. Overbooked. And that is it. So there are a lot of words, a lot of phrases we can use connected to books. I think I'm a bookworm, says Anna. Is that true? So do you often find yourself reading? I always read a book when I queue at the post office. You don't see many people reading books anymore, do you? Even if you are commuting on the train, you don't really see many people using books or reading from actual books. Nowadays, many people like to use their tablet devices. So I think it's more popular now to use your mobile device rather than have a big, thick book in your bag. Do not be misled by appearances, says Ari. You are right. Yes. It is wrong to judge a book by its cover. You might get the wrong impression. Mika says nowadays we can read a book online. However, many people still prefer flipping through the pages. Mika is one of those people. Yes, many people now use e-books, electronic books, to read. Hello to... Oh, hello. Let's say hello to someone different. Hello to... Andy says, I am a bookish man. Oh, really? So do you wear glasses like me? When I was at school, people used to always think that I was a bookworm, or maybe very bookish because of my appearance. I suppose nowadays people would describe me as a geek or nerd, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Mustafa says, when I sit, I always like reading and writing some things. So I am a bookish person. Yes, I think so. It sounds like it to me. It sounds like it. Do you know, Mr. Duncan, that I have thought that I will give my 2 hours every day to learn English, but I'm unable to do it. Can you please give me some motivation? Learning anything takes time, and one of the hardest things to do in our lives, especially nowadays, because generally speaking, when things are normal, whatever normal is nowadays, when things are normal, you often find that you have very little time to sit and concentrate on one thing. So yes, I think you're right. I think sometimes it can be hard to keep motivated. It can be a little difficult to keep motivated, to carry on doing what you are doing, especially if you are studying. So my advice is maybe instead of 2 hours, maybe you can do it for just 1 hour. And then slowly increase your study time. Do it slightly longer. Maybe do it for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then do it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Find something that you are interested in. If you are reading a book, if you are practicing your English, then it's always more fun to do something that you are actually interested in. I think so. The sun has come out. Can you believe it? The sun has just come out behind me. Finally, we have sunshine. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here much longer, but look at that. Oh, look at the view from my front window. Here is a live view right now outside my window. Look at that. So that is the view now, looking out, and you can see there are lots of lovely leaves on the trees, and on the right of the picture, those yellow flowers, that is a laburnum tree. Laburnum. So at this time of year, you will see the laburnum will start to show its lovely flowers, yellow flowers. The only thing to remember is you cannot eat laburnum seeds. They are highly poisonous. Honestly, I'm not joking. They are. They are very poisonous. Laburnum seeds are poisonous. Did you know, Mr. Duncan? Oh, I think I've just read that one. Wow. Suddenly, the live chat is very busy. Christina says, now I have time to learn English and review all the things that I know or I need. I think one of the good things about this strange period of time is many people have had a chance to learn a new skill. So I think many people have tried their best to find something to do during this time. I think so. And what better way to spend your time during lockdown than to learn some English? I think so. Hello, Anna. By the way, I have realized for a few days that I can't see you very well close up. I think I am becoming far-sighted. Anna, I am not an expert on eyes. However, you might actually have difficulty reading things close up. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you are far-sighted. It doesn't mean that. But yes, you might need to get your eyes tested. So maybe you can go to the optician, or maybe go to a place where they will test your eyes and find out if you need glasses. But perhaps you won't have to wear the glasses all the time. Maybe you will only have to wear them when you're reading. And that is one of the problems with reading. One of the big problems with reading is, quite often, it is bad for your eyes. I used to spend a lot of time reading and also writing when I was young. And I think that is one of the reasons why my eyesight became worse as I got older. I think so. So there is a good side and maybe a bad side. Maybe a bad side to reading. However, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. Rezar says the name Laburnum. I think I've heard it in Macbeth. Maybe. Hello to Irene. Mr. Duncan, it's so nice to learn English with you since 2006, says Irene. So you've been with me since the very beginning, way back, a long time ago. Wow, incredible. Thank you very much for your patience over all those years. And of course, I hope my lessons have been helpful to you. I really do. Can you see the time? It is coming up to 3:30. It is coming up to 3:30. It is approaching 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon. I will be going soon. I will be going in a few moments. I will be back tomorrow, by the way, with my English Addict, because tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I will be back with you tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time with my English Addict live stream. And we are talking about other things to do with the English language. Also, I'll be talking to you as well. We will have a look at some of the lovely nature around the area in which I live. We will learn some new words. We might even have another look at some strange English words. And tomorrow we will play, tomorrow we will play the sentence game. Tomorrow on the live stream, English Addict. Tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. Of course, tomorrow it is also the celebration of victory over Europe. VE Day. You have to be careful how you say that. VE Day. So yes, it is a special day tomorrow. We actually have a public holiday. Can you believe it? We are having a public holiday tomorrow. However, most people are not at work in the UK anyway. For various reasons. I think you know why. I think so, yes. Hello to Ong. Hello Anapika. Thank you very much for your company today. I am going in a moment. Thanks a lot. I am back tomorrow, as I said. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. UK time. I will be back with you tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed this. A little bit unusual today because it was raining. And to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to rain. I didn't know it was going to rain today. I thought it was going to be sunshine. However, we did have some rain. The sentence game is coming tomorrow. Yes, I am back with you from 2 p.m. tomorrow. English Addict. Episode 69 tomorrow. Wow. So many. English Addict will be with you from 2 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you very much to Fly Away. Hello, Fly Away. Excuse me, what is Marks and Spencer? Marks and Spencer is a chain of shops. They sell clothing, they sell menswear, they sell underwear for ladies and men. They also sell food as well, all types of food. However, the food is normally quite expensive. Quite expensive. So normally you don't go in to do your big shop. Most people don't do their big shop at Marks and Spencer's because it would be too expensive. So that's it. So now you know, Marks and Spencer is... It's a chain of shops. At the moment, they are closed. I think so. See you tomorrow, 10. Oh, thank you, Maria. The weather looks better now. Thank you very much. Also, to Partridge, Mr. Duncan, I don't know much English. Can I start watching your English Addict lessons? Watch as much as you can. Watch as much as you want. I'm sure if you keep watching my live lessons, my live streams, if you listen, I'm sure your English will improve. In fact, I know it will. There are many people right now on the live chat who will tell you that doing this is useful. It can help you. It can help you a lot. See you tomorrow. I'm definitely going now. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. Something a little bit different. Thank you very much, Muil. Thank you, Harley Kwang. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. See you at 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, until tomorrow, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And I will see you tomorrow. And of course... Ta-ta for now.